Okay, boys and girls, so I'm going to show you a second way to make this simple shape, and actually the more efficient way, because as you may have noticed, it is one consistent depth. So we could just draw this funny looking shape, this kind of C, fat C looking thing over here, in one go. So I'm going to go back to Inventor, create a new project, or part, double click, or I don't know if single click works in that. And I'm going to go again to create 2D sketch. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to draw this big shape that is the 1 inch wide, 0.5 inches tall, but then I'm going to have to make this little portion in here that's 0.25 and 0.25 cut out. And again, remember these extension lines that come off this bottom here tell me this is 0.1 inches down here. Now, this is going to require me to know the length of every one of these lines. So this is 1.5. This is going to be 1 again. This, though, I don't know what that is. But notice that I have enough dimensions here to figure it out. So this 0.5 inches on the side here, I have enough information to figure out what this part is. So if I know the whole height is 0.5, I know this little part is 0.1 and this little part is 0.25, well then I can just subtract those two and find out what this little thing is. So let me get out my handy dandy calculator. I like to use the one on the computer. And I'll say 0.5 minus 0.1 on the bottom there and 0.25 in the middle. So that little section up here is 0.15. Alright, so I'm going to draw each of these lines. After I do the 0.15, I'll draw a 0.25 line, another 0.25 line, and then the final 0.25 line and 0.1. Alright, so create a 2D sketch. I'm going to draw on the XY plane again because, again, this is down and to the left facing. It's not the end of the world if you draw on the wrong plane. You just might have like a rotated view of the shape, and I can show you how to get it turned back around the way you want it. So it's not bad. But anyway, I'm going to start with a line. I like to start at the origin. So that's the bottom left down here. So that means my first line is going to go up 0.5 and over 1 inch. And I clicked again, so I need to escape. Okay. So I want the green dot to show up. So I'm permanently on the origin. And notice now when I draw a line, I can move this around, and as before, my dimension on the left is highlighted in blue, so I can type it in. But notice I don't want to move my mouse over to the right where I have degrees. Do you see how it says 67.92 degrees? I'd want it to be directly up, so I needed to say 90 degrees over there. And that little icon, the gray one with the red diagonal lines and 2 parallel lines, that's saying I am exactly vertical, which is what I want. Whoops. So I need to make sure I hover my mouse over there, and then I'm going to type in 0.5, enter, and that has created a line. And now notice I can make another line that starts from where that one ended, which is really convenient because I'm just going to draw one continuous outline of that C shape. So I'm going to make sure I'm at 90 degrees again, and that little icon to the bottom right looks like a perpendicular symbol, so that means I'm perpendicular to my previous line. And I'm going to type in 1 inch, enter. And I'm going to go downwards. Remember, this was that little piece right here that's down here, 0.15, and I'm going to go 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. So I'm going to place my mouse in the right direction so I get the 90 degrees, and I'm going to say 0.15. Then I'm going to go left, and I have my highlighted number, so 0.25. Notice I can put my mouse like all the way down here really far away, but once I type in that number, it makes my line the right size. And I'm going to keep going. And notice now all these dotted lines that showed up here, this knows it snaps to the original line that I had. So it already knows I might want it at 0.25. So I can either just click on that because my highlighted portion below my mouse is 0.25, or I could type it in again, but I'm just going to click, left click. And then notice at any point, if you don't want to draw any more lines, you can always press escape, and that'll stop creating a new line at the end of the last one. Right now, I'm just going to go to the bottom axis here, which it already knows is 0.1. It snaps to it. And then I can go all the way back to the origin. And now it's a complete loop. It's complete closed polygon here, so it already knows I probably don't want to start a new line. So now notice it's dark blue. If yours is green for any reason, that means Autodesk Inventor didn't get one of the dimensions that you drew, and so it might be confused about it. And blue is what you want. That means it's fully constrained, meaning Autodesk Inventor knows exactly where every line starts and ends and connects to each other. And that's how you can extrude. So I'm going to finish my sketch, and this is just like before. I'm going to click extrude, and it already knows there's only one shape to extrude, and I want it 1 inch. Perfect. So I'm done with that. I think I'm going to stop there and let you go ahead and try exercise 1 on your 4.1G. So good luck.